What's up, good people, and welcome back to my channel where we bond over our favorite TV shows, trending topics, and everything in between that we care about. So today we are back with another video, and today this video was actually not planned because it is breaking news, and actually unfortunate breaking news because this one hits kind of close to home. So about a week ago, I actually did a video on Miss Robbie being in the headlines for her attempt to start a cannabis business and the process that was happening with that and appeals and all of that. Well, Miss Robbie is back in the news again, and once again, it doesn't have anything to do with Tim, but it kind of does. So according to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Sweetie Pie's owner sues YouTuber for defamation over comments about grandson's death. So this actually happens to be about a fellow YouTuber who's in this same sort of commentary space as myself, who goes by the name of Eat with Phylly Phyl. And for many of you who watch me, also watch her. We share some of the same, quite a bit of the same audience because we cover the Sweetie Pies thing. And she does more of a deep dive and daily kind of updates on that sort of thing, whereas I'm too lazy to do any of that. So I give y'all the big doses of it, and then I walk away and come back weeks later. But anyway, unfortunately, due to the content that has been covered over the past few weeks, and unfortunately because of one particular video, or technically two particular videos, has, I guess, garnered the attention of Miss Robbie and her peoples and caused us to be where we are today. So just to catch you guys up, I want to read the article and then give my 2 cents on this. And there's going to be a lot of conversation because this is reminiscent of Cardi B and the Tasha K situation, where Cardi B sued Tasha K for defamation, and we know how that turned out. So I think we're kind of starting to evolve into a different kind of space as it pertains to YouTubers and commentary and celebrity news and how we cover it, etc., etc. And so let's get into the article. So it says, according to the owner of Sweetie Pie's Soul Food Restaurant, accused an Arkansas-based YouTube creator of defamation this week over comments about an alleged murder-for-hire plot involving the family. Robbie Montgomery, who starred with her family members in the reality TV series Welcome to Sweetie Pies, said in a lawsuit filed on Monday that Phyllis Flint and Shanice Cody defamed her by publishing a video in which they accused her of being involved in criminal activity and promiscuity. Some of the comments referenced Miss Robbie's connection to her sons, James Timothy Norman, who is charged with orchestrating the fatal shooting of his 21-year-old nephew, Andre Montgomery Jr., who also appeared on the reality show. Charges say Norman hired a woman who was working in Memphis, Tennessee, to help in the March 2016 killing near Fairground Park, and then attempted to collect Andre Montgomery's life insurance benefits. Most of the defamation allegations center on a video on Flint's YouTube channel, Eat with Phylly Phyl Talk Show and More, titled Sweetie Pie's Tim Norman's father's best friend wife calls and gives tea on the family. The video, which had nearly 250,000 views as of Friday afternoon, features a recorded conversation between Cody and Flint in which the two women accuse Robbie Montgomery of crimes related to her grandson's death, including murder and being an accessory to murder. They also accuse her of having a promiscuous and adulterous sex life during her time as one of the original Ikeettes, with the Ike and Tina Turner review, according to the lawsuit. The video with Cody immediately became Flint's most popular and resulted in an exponential increase in her viewership, the lawsuit states. The suit says Robbie Montgomery's reputation has been damaged by the allegations and that the comments were warranted, malicious, and tended to expose plaintiff to hatred, contempt, and or ridicule. In a live video posted Friday afternoon while eating lunch, Flint said all content on her show was for entertainment purposes only and allegedly. She's also quoted as saying, "I ain't did nothing wrong," she said. "I plead the fifth." Cody could not be reached for comment. She did not have attorneys listed in the court documents. A trial for Tim Norman's case is set for September the 6th. So yeah, that was it. So that's the article this is all new. Literally, I just found out about this like about an hour or two ago, and I wanted to, for one, read it, for one, share it, and try to wrap my mind around what's happening, because once again, this is very close to home. Not only is it a fellow content creator who I'm very familiar with and have been familiar with for almost 2 years now, and we cover the same subject matter as far as the Sweetie Pies, Tim Norman, you know, and the show itself is concerned. And so I'm interested to see how this goes. Of course, I am hoping that for, you know, the sake of Phylly Phyl, that this does go in her favor. Also, I hadn't watched that video. I had heard about the video, but I hadn't watched it until after this article. So I was like, well, let me watch the video to understand what's really happening here, especially because that's what they're using as the basis for this defamation lawsuit. And I can say, just this is all opinion based here, I can say when I listened to the first video, in my opinion, I was like, okay, it looks like Phylly Phyl was kind of covering herself. She kept saying allegedly, and she was kind of questioning pieces of what the lady was saying. I guess Cody, we now know the lady's name, but you know, there was a lot of her trying to fix it. She let the lady go on. She let the lady go on, but she was trying to fix it because there were bits and pieces that weren't as defaming in there. So I kind of got what she was trying to make happen there. And I was like, well, maybe she's okay. Like once that video ended, or the part of that video that I saw, I was like, okay, well, maybe, you know, maybe she's going to be okay. Because it looks like, you know, she was trying to mitigate the damages and wasn't just riding with it. And I do also know that when people are suing, they tend to sue all parties involved, even if they really only want one person. That's just the tactics they use in lawsuits. So I was like, well, maybe that's what they're doing. But then the next video played, and it was the follow-up with the lady calling back in. And there were things that were said that validated what the lady said the first time. And I think it wasn't on purpose, but it can come across that way. And I was like, ooh, that might be a problem. Now, again, I'm no attorney. I'm not involved in the legal system at all. And again, I am really hoping that my fellow colleague is able to get through this unscathed. But it's interesting. And again, off the heels of the Cardi B suing Tasha K for defamation, where it was blatant defamation, and Tasha K had many opportunities to mitigate that by taking the videos down and basically just lightening up on harassing Cardi B. But she insisted on putting the pedal to the metal, and she went full speed ahead into a $4 million judgment. So there's that. So I don't think, you know, I don't think Phylly Phyl is, you know, on that level as far as willing to take those sort of risks. And hopefully there'll be ways for her to mitigate this, and maybe they'll say take the video down, issue a public apology. So hopefully it's something that doesn't hit her too hard, because that's a lot. She got to hire attorneys and all of those things. And so I'm mindful of that, and that's why I kind of cover things the way that I do. Thankfully, in my case, I was not agreeing with the things that I was starting to hear and seeing in my own comment section. And so therefore I was not responding, and I was also not reiterating those things, as y'all can see on my videos, where I state flat out, this ain't a place where you're gonna see dragging of Miss Robbie. Just ain't happening. You know, and that's the risk that we take in doing this sort of work. And that's why when I don't know people, there's a certain way I go about it. And when I do know people, and y'all know who I'm talking about, I go full speed ahead, because I got plenty of receipts for what I talk about. And I will continue to do that and kind of like try me, because let me leave all that alone. But anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. And yeah, and so we're in a new landscape, so to speak, you know, with the Tasha K, Cardi B thing kind of setting, I think, a precedent for this commentary YouTube space. So it's going to be important that, you know, YouTube commentators, as well as TikTok, because commentary is becoming very popping over there as well. And so it's important that when we're covering things, it's fact-based and not, you know, presented in a way that can be defamation and not provable. And that's why I'm very mindful of how I cover the other series that I do, the Exposed series, the Infamous series, and Sweetie Pies, where I'm making sure that when I'm covering it, it's all based on information that is already public knowledge. And the other one that I do, the Darius Crooks series, Exposed series, is again based on public records and also things that I know personally. So it's important that you always make sure your I's are dotted, T's are crossed, consult an attorney beforehand, which is what I've done, and also make sure you're just covered, insurance, etc., etc. And also know that if a certain person does decide to go there with you, it's not going to be a good look for them. It is what it is. So with that, I just wanted to touch on this. I believe that this is just the beginning of us embarking on this, and this is something that I definitely will be following. For one, because it hits so close to home, with it being a fellow YouTube colleague and, you know, someone that I'm hoping comes out on top with this. And, you know, with this stuff, just like Tasha K, and what I've learned about social media is that, as you hear, all publicity is good publicity. And as twisted as it sounds, it's true. Like, that's what I've really learned about this social media landscape and, you know, public life, is that it's gets your name out there and people are interested and people come and they want to see what's happening, and then your numbers go. Look at Tasha K. Before the Cardi B thing, she was under 1 million after, and she lost some people, Jaguar Wright and Cardi B. She lost some people, she lost some subscribers, some followers, and then came back and surpassed all that she lost and more. And so that's just kind of how it rolls out here in these internet streets. So with that, that's all I have for this particular video. If you made it to this point, please hit that like button below, hit that subscribe button to help us continue to grow. And with that, oh, don't forget about our VIP community. Just text "Hey Vell" and that officially makes you a part of the VIP community to get notification updates and to be able to communicate with me one-on-one, get a little behind the scenes insight into what's happening around here. So with that, until next time, until I upload the next video, make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.
Hey, popping like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the